What's going on, family? Welcome back to another episode of Mindset Mondays. We are now on episode 9, and today we're going to talk about silencing the inner critic. All of us have that small voice in our head that talks to us, that speaks to us very negatively. And quite frankly, that voice can be very loud, so much so that it can drown the voice of optimism and positivity that also is in our head. And if we allow that voice to go unchecked, if we allow that inner critic to continue to go unnoticed or unchecked, then it could grow roots into other areas of our lives that ultimately will keep us from achieving our goals. And so today, what I want to talk to you is I want to talk about that inner critic. And I want to talk about ways of silencing that inner critic. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jimmy Scott Jr. I am a certified life coach, a public speaker, a spiritual mentor, and a brother to you in Christ. And today, I really want to help you understand that voice that's speaking to you in your mind. That voice that you keep hearing that keeps telling you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you might as well give up, you might as well quit. That inner critic that tells you that even when you tried, it still wasn't enough. It's still not up to the standards or the expectations that you have of yourself or that others have of you. I need you to know that that voice is only there to hold you back. That voice is there in opposition to the potential that you have as a person. There's always a yin and a yang when you think about life. When you start pursuing positivity, negativity will soon follow that to go against the positive. If you start pursuing negativity, then positivity is always there whispering in the ear, trying to pull you back. There's the yin and the yang when it comes down to life. And so that's no different than that inner critic that lives within your mind. That person that tells you that because this happened to you when you were young, you're not worthy. The person that tells you that you shouldn't be starting a YouTube channel, that you shouldn't share your gifts with the world because you're not as good as you think you are. No, we need to silence that critic, because that critic is what's keeping you and holding you back in your mentality from achieving your goals. It's that same person that pops up every time you want to start something or do something. It's that same mindset. It's that same noise, right? That same voice that keeps coming back to you to let you know, remember the last time. That same critic wants you to remember the things that didn't work out, to remember the pain, to remember the anger, to remember the frustration. That is that same voice that speaks to you in your mind. It's also the same voice that keeps you living in a place of what if. What if this happens? And if this happens, then I'm not going that route. What if that happens? It's the same voice that keeps you in the mentality of could. That could happen. This could happen. Therefore, because it could happen, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to go forward. That inner critic is what keeps you and holds you back from starting. And we need to silence that noise. So how do you silence that inner critic, that inner voice that keeps talking to you, holding you down from doing the decisions that you know that are burning in your heart to do, the desires and the dreams that you have in your life? How do you silence that noise that goes against it? Well, one, you have to fortify your mind. You have to recognize that it's there. You have to realize that there is a voice speaking to me that's either coming from my past, or it's coming from someone, or it's society that's dictating my actions. This voice is dictating my actions. So the decisions that I make and the person that I am is all as a result of me listening to this way of thinking. And it's not conducive for me in this season because I am not going after what I really desire and what I want in my life. You have to realize that the voice is there. Recognize that there is an inner critic that is trying to critique you and change you from becoming the person that you desire to be. You have to realize that first. And then when you realize that there's that inner person that's keeping you away from being who you want, then you have to fortify your mind. You have to build strongholds around your mind so that you can take hold of the truth. A lot of the things that the critic tells you in your mind is not true. And we believe it because he's been there for so long. He or she has been there in our minds for so long that we've become accustomed to thinking in the way that he thinks. The inner critic that lives within you, the part of you that tells you that you can't. That's the part that you've lived with all of your life, and that's the part that you've been adhering to. That part of you. There are many different parts of you, but the part that you feed and pay attention to has been the critic. It's been the one that, hey, you remember, you know what happened, don't do it. Don't start it. Don't go for it. Don't take risks. Don't do those things. That's the part that you've been feeding, and that's the part that you've been listening to. And for the most part, that's the part that's been keeping you safe. If you just want to be here on earth just to live a good, average, comfortable, safe life, then yes, the critic will keep you safe. He will keep you out of harm's way. He will always advise you on your limitations, and he will keep you within bounds. He will keep you within your walls. The critic will create walls around your life and tell you, don't go out there. Stay here. And if you want to stay there, then for the most part within your own walls, you'll be safe. But you won't truly get to experience the joy or even get to the understanding and of the resilience that it takes in order to truly see what your life could become. You will never have it. Because the critic does not want you to go out beyond your means. He or she does not want you to understand your potential and to go forward to see what it is. The inner critic does not want you to become the best version of yourself. The inner critic wants you to become the version that you are now and to stay there, which is why you're still the same and you have not achieved any of your goals or dreams that you have, because you're going to stay here because of the critic. That's what he wants you to do. Stay in this box. Don't do nothing new. Don't try new things. Don't develop new ideas. Stay right here. Be comfortable. Comfortability will rob you of your joy. Comfortability and being comfortable is what keeps you from growing. It keeps you from developing. It keeps you from living a fulfilled life when you get comfortable. There are a lot of miserable, comfortable people. They have so much money, they can buy whatever they want, and they can do whatever they want, and they're miserable. Why? Because they're comfortable. They have no aspirations, no dreams, no purpose, no goal, no drive. Nothing that wakes them up to do something different, to challenge themselves. Why? Because the inner critic says, don't challenge yourself. Don't do anything different. Silence that inner voice in your mind. Question it. Go against it. Always wonder, why are you trying to get me to think this way when my desire and my heart points towards this way? Why? And when you do that, you need to understand and know, we need to have something totally different, man, when it comes down to our success and where we're really trying to go. We need to think differently. We need to act differently. And we need to be differently outside of that box. That's what you need to understand. Quiet that noise. Sit, be still, understand that the noise is real. It is real. Thoughts become things as Kai Green, if you don't know who that is, that's a professional bodybuilder, former Mr. Olympia, and well, still Mr. Olympia, because once you win it, you win it. Mr. Olympia, Kai Green, he said thoughts become things. What you think about has the power to come out to be your reality. And if you say that you're not good enough, then you're not good enough. If you say that you can't do it, you can't do it because you said it. And your decisions will be based off of what you believe and what you said. But if you say it and you realize that it comes from another portion of you that you don't like, then trust me, you have the ability to silence that negative voice in your mind and choose positive. Yin and yang. Which one are you choosing? And are you even in balance? I'm not saying that the inner critic doesn't push you and motivate you to become the best version because of the challenges that it puts in place. But it's not because the walls that the critic builds is what should hold us. It's the opportunity that the critic reveals to us, which is what should push us beyond those walls. If you have walls around you, then it should be an indication to you that there's something bigger out there than what's around you. And that's what the critic should do. It should open your mind up for the opportunity to realize that I can go beyond what my current state is. I can. And that's what it is. Do the thing. Do the thing. The thing that's scary. Block out that noise and jump. I appreciate y'all, man, for joining in today. Let's go to the comments, see what we got in the comments. For those of you who are tapped in, appreciate you for joining the live. Look in the mirror, as sharp as blade. Joe, dang, I love my low taper fade. Shout out to King X. I appreciate you for leaving the comment. Looking in the mirror. I like that. You have to look in the mirror, but then again, you have to realize that what you see in the mirror is what you've been listening to. What you see of yourself is what you've been believing all this time. And if it's not progressing you towards what you want to achieve, then you need to be reconsidering what you look like and what you listen to. Stop listening to that voice that keeps telling you no, and start listening to the voice that tells you yes, that tells you jump, that tells you try. Stop watching things that are moving you away from your goals and start watching and focusing things on environments that cultivate action. Maybe it's time for you to start thinking differently. That's what Mindset Mondays is all about, giving you the mentality of how we need to think each week and something to work on so that we grow in our minds. Because it starts in here in order to come out here, in order for you to actually have what you want in here. You have desires and dreams in your heart, but you have to make up your mind in order to make those things a reality. Appreciate y'all for joining in and joining me on the live. And for those of you who will be watching the video a little bit later, I really appreciate all of my subscribers. For those of you who are subscribed to the channel, blessings to you. Thank you for supporting me here on this channel. It's going on almost 6 years. I believe it's probably I'm in year number 6 here on YouTube. I've been doing this for quite some time now. And if you're watching the channel and you're not subscribed, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the community. I pour my heart and soul into what I do as a life coach and what I do as a spiritual mentor to truly share value for those who are here for the right reasons. And I want to continue to do the same for you. So feel free to subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos just like this one. And be sure to like this video if you like the video. Leave me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and let me know, right, do you have that inner voice that's been speaking to you in your mind? And what are you going to do to silence that inner voice? Before I go, just want to give you a quick little update. I do have the life coaching course fully completed. Finishing developing some of the resources that I want to go along with the course, but I am fully finished with the life coaching course that the Lord has allowed me to create. And the name of this course is called Overcoming Limiting Beliefs. So if you are someone who struggles with limiting beliefs, the things that are holding you back from achieving those goals, the thoughts in your minds, the things that you've believed from either society, from childhood experiences, or from relationships about yourself, and you're just like, I want to change the way that I think. I want to change the things and move away and get rid of these things that are limiting me, that are keeping me from being a good communicator or having a good job or having a good relationship, then I would encourage you to consider joining and going through this life coaching course that I've created with me. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to email me at jimmyjamspeaks@gmail.com. So that's Jimmy, JIMMIE, JAMSPEAKS@gmail.com. I'm excited for this life coaching course. I'll give you some intake. We'll go through an introductory to where I'll get an understanding. And then we'll talk about some things about next steps so that we can get you on that journey of overcoming these things that are limiting you from achieving your goals. So I appreciate you for joining. I pray nothing but blessings and peace over your life as you continue to walk with me on this Christian journey. And I'll talk to you next time.